Okay, good morning everyone. So today let's talk about rigging. But I have to say this one first. The tutorial we taught today basically is not a regular way for making rigging. It's just a temporary solution for the problem you have faced. So if you want to do regular rigging, please follow the traditional way, using some 3D software such as Blender, Maya to do the rigging and set up the skeleton, then bring them back to Unreal. It's more precise and more accurate. So let's try to do this. So first things, this is the model that made by your classmate. They want to bring this one into the third-person character. So which means they want to put this model into this character. Alright? But the problem they have faced is that although they have already dragged this one under the mesh and also probably scale the model down, such like this, and move them up. Even they do that, the head still doesn't follow the character to move. Why is that? That's because for this model, it hasn't been rigged. It hasn't been controlled by the skeletons. So no matter where you put or how you change the size, it won't work. Let's delete this one. Let's go to third-person map and let's talk about the relationship between rigging, skeletons, skeleton mesh, animation blueprint, and finally third-person blueprint. Let's go to the content browser, find characters, mannequins, and we can find them under mesh. So the first one, skeleton, you can see the type tells us that this is a skeleton model. Let's double click. Basically, skeleton is just like a controller. It will help us to control the character. We can change the display mode. Alright, it's okay. So this is a skeleton, alright? This is a skeleton. So inside the skeleton, we have multiple controllers. If I select, you can see that there's a little stick in the center of the model. All these little sticks, they are a controller to control the different part of your model. So if you have another character model, like probably a robot or maybe a knight, a magician, etc., if the shape looks pretty much the same, you still can use the same skeleton to control them. So, for the next part, what's the meaning of skeleton mesh? For the skeleton mesh, basically it means the model with skeletons. So for example, the one we use, SKM, Queen, Simple, this one has already been rigged. So inside this model, it's not only about the mesh, it also has the skeleton inside. So we can just simply using this model and skeleton to do many different type of animations. So next part, once you have skeleton mesh, the things we can do is animations, right? Let's go to the content browser and go back to animations. Inside animation folder, you can see that here is a different type of animation. This one is idle mode and this one is running mode, right? So basically all these things, they have the different type of animation and all of them is created by the skeleton mesh, this one. So once you have these poles, next part, the things we can do is animation blueprint. So what's the function of animation blueprint? Usually I will call this one status machine. This is a status machine. So we can use in status machine to control the different type of the animations. For example, when your character are going to jump and when your character is going to move and run, that will be controlled by the status machine. So basically it's just like a Blender machine to bring all the animation together. That's the function of the animation blueprint. So finally, once we have animation blueprint, once the computer know when to jump and when to run, then we can use in the event graphic to control them. So this part basically is about how to control your character. That's the function of the third-person character blueprint. So for this time, the scenes we are going to change is this one, okay? The skeleton mesh. Let's take a look. Actually, you can try to use this one as well. You can try to use in mesh and directly export these skeletons. But, well, in order to make you guys can see, I will use an SKM queen. Let's right click and choosing the Asset Actions and choosing Export. Let's put them in this folder, save, export. Okay, so once you finish exporting, well, let's open up a new file. Delete all the rest of things, I don't need them. Go to File, this is Blender, okay? Now we are going to using Blender for adding that. Let's choosing Import FBX. Let's go to find download and find the model that we just exported. So this is the model. You can see that actually the mesh contains multiple objects. This one, that one. So actually there are multiple objects inside. Why is that? That's because inside Unreal, well, it will automatically generate a different layer. Some layer is for controlling physics, some layers for controlling the rendering, etc. So when we export the model, well, it will help us export them, all of them. It's okay, let's bring them back. Ctrl Z, bring them back. So now let's take a look about the skeleton. This one is the skeleton, how it looks like inside Blender. Basically, all these little sticks will control part of the model. If we go to the pose mode and try to move them, for example, let's try to move this one. Press G and you can move that. So this part control the rest. And let's try to move this part. Okay, so this part control the shoulder. And how about this part? This part control your foot. So basically, all of them control a different part. In order to make you guys can see more clear, let's choosing all of them. Go to Data and go to Viewport Display. Choosing in front and make the bones always be in front of the model. So now this part probably it will control the head part. Okay. So since now we have this, know where to which bone control which part. So next part we can bring your head to here. Bring the Captain Adventure's head to this area and using rigging, set the head to be controlled by the head bone. That's the idea. Let's try to do that. So first things, I want to save this one. And let's call this SKM. Okay, go to File, open up, Captain 2, I guess. That's the model that I just changed from your classmates model. Let's take a look. The original model looks like this. Let's choose an Import FBX. This one. Scale down. And as far as you can see, because I export this model from Unreal, so it will automatically generate the physical collision area. But we don't need that. Let's delete. Let's rotate it one more time. Okay, so this is the original model. That's the one I refined. So what's the difference? Basically, for this model, it contains multiple objects. So for example, this part, well, it actually is separated. Okay, they are separated. Although you join them together, you combine them together, but still they are separated. This part as well. So all of them, they are separated. It cannot work inside Unreal or it cannot work inside rigging because all of them, they are separated. So when we are going to assign the weight of the bone, well, computer doesn't know how to do that. So I using remesh. You can try to using that modifier remesh. This tool, smooth. I using remesh to change the typology of your model and bring this one to here. Change this one from this to this. So that's the things I did. but it will take some time, so I won't show you how to do that inside this video. It's just directly using this one to do the rigging. Okay, Control C, copy this model. Let's go to open up the scenes we just made, SKM. Control V, copy path. Okay, so now it's located here. Let's choosing the model and choosing the bones. And we have to go to pose mode. Remember, if you are going to rigging something, you must under the pose mode. And also, don't forget to uncheck this one. It will be more easy for you to use in the following operation. So let's choosing all of them. First things, remember, go to bones, hold on your auto key on your keyboard, uncheck the deform, and only choosing the first bone. That's the one we are going to use for control the head. Check this one. Okay, so now press Ctrl and P. Ctrl and P for apply automatic weight. Okay. Next part is choosing all fan. Hold on your auto key. Again, check the deformations. So now we have already brought all the bones back. So let's try to move that. Okay, so now you can see that the head follows the movement of our skeletons. So it works fine. Let's go back to the object mode. Save the file. So now we are going to export the model back to Unreal. First things, please go to here and scroll and open up all the sub-objects. The things we're going to export is the root, pose, root, the bumper sphere, that's the model we make, and also the first one, the LOD0. Just choosing one will be enough. For the rest of the part, actually we don't need that. So let's choosing all of them. Okay, choosing these four. Next thing is, let's go to File, go to Export, go to FBX. The things we have to choose is that limit to selected object. And scroll down. Let's go to Geometry. I don't need the normal, so let's just choosing face only. For the armatures, please remember uncheck this one, add leaf bone, because this one will break the hierarchy of your bones. So remember to uncheck that. Finally, we don't need animation since we don't have any animation, so uncheck this one. So now it's ready for exporting. Let's choosing SKM. Let's export. Okay. So once you finish exporting, then we are ready to bring this one back to Unreal. So also let's tell something about this one. LOD0, LOD1, LOD2, LOD3. So basically these things is just like the different level of the detail of your model. So for example, if I bring this one out, well, this is level 0, level 1, level 2, level 3. So all of them have the different type of details. The level 3 for sure is the most detailed one, and for the level 0 for sure is the most detailed one. So this one is the most detailed one. And for level 3, you can see that it loads some detail here. So basically these are just the different type of the model, and based on different situation, it will using a different model to show your object. Okay, so now let's bring your model back to Unreal. So for the next part, it's pretty simple. Let's just go to Import, choose the model we just made, and we can choose in the skeleton we use, SK Manicule. That's the skeleton inside Unreal. Since we share the same skeleton, so it's supposed to work. Alright, and let's choose in Import All. Okay, so now it has bring your model back. Now let's go to third person character blueprint, viewport, go to find skeleton mesh assets, and you can find SKM. I think that's the things you just bring here. Alright, so now it's inside. Let's compile and save. Start to play. Okay, so the animation works fine. So as far as I can see, now the head follows the way it moves. Okay, so because this one has already been rigged. So that's the tutorial about how to set up the rig, the extension rigging object on your existing skeletons. So try to do that.